Hi everybody, how you doing today? Um, as I said yesterday, I look to a variety of sources for my own spiritual growth and well-being, and that's what I try to share with you. Um, this week I have a couple things I'm going to share from the UCC, the United Church of Christ. Um, God is still speaking, and this one was published last week, I think. Yes, on the 12th, written by Kenneth Samuel. And it's called, I'm not going to read the whole thing, it's called Avoiding the Void. But it's the idea that nature abhors a vacuum. And this man with his church was in the process of renovating a building that had sat abandoned for years and years. Hello. And they only had cleaned up around the building kind of and had not really put anything new into the building. And so they found that people were still moving in, squatters and homeless folks and drug users. And through this process, they came to understand that it's not enough to clean things up. You have to fill it up and use it too, whether you're talking about a building or our souls. And Jesus kind of gets at that. He gives us a quote from Luke 11, the New Living Translation. Jesus says, when an evil spirit leaves a person, it goes into the desert searching for rest. But when it finds none, it says, I'll return to the person I came from. So it returns and finds that its former home is all swept in order. And then the spirit finds 7 other spirits more evil than itself, and they all enter the person and live there. And so the person is worse off than before. Wow. I'd never read that translation of that before, but it's kind of cool. And I think there's some truth to it. If we just go about talking about what we don't want and we don't fill it up with what we do want, or what we don't believe and what we are opposed to, and we don't fill it with an understanding of what we do embrace, then it doesn't matter. It gets filled up with the old crud again. It's not enough to clean. You have to reposition and add new furniture sometimes. You have to fill ourselves with new ideas and new practices and new kitties. Come here, you. It just, doing halfway measures make things worse sometimes. So while we're thinking of these, one thing that we do in Prayerful Pause is we're always looking at new practices and new ways of living our faith. And that's important because we can't just say, I'm not going to do what I did before. We have to embrace something new to take to fill up the space, because otherwise other cruddy stuff will come and settle there, and we'll be, different, what do they say, different show, same channel, or different channel, same show, or something like that. It just will be the same. We'll be looking at it differently, but it's really going to be the same thing. So I like this idea of avoid the void. And I credit our UCC friends for that one. What are you going to do today? What are you going to put into your life today that will enrich it? And not just get rid of something former, but really add to and enrich it. Because going through the motions of just clearing things out, it's not going to work. Same thing as clearing out your house. If I clear out my house and I don't have something new in it, I go back into the same old patterns that I did. But I can tell you, having new floors, I look at life differently and I move things differently in this household, and it has a whole different feel. So I'm developing new patterns of living here. That's just one of many examples. I'm sure you have some in your own life too. Moving to a new apartment, or the habit that my dad got me into of changing the room around every season. Every season there would be some new arrangement of something, whether it was a bedroom or his office or the living room, something got changed. And I tend to do that too. Gives a new outlook. Maybe you should try that. but avoid the void. Don't leave things just empty. Okay? I know that sounds kind of countercultural to Eastern thought, where we want to empty ourselves. But maybe that's just the first step. And maybe emptying ourselves allows the new stuff to come in. How about that? Pretty smart, huh? Okay. Have a great day. I'll talk to you tomorrow, I hope. Thanks for joining me for the Prayerful Pause with the Pastor. I'm Pastor Deb Swift of South Presbyterian Church in Rochester, New York. And until next time, God bless. Take care. Bye for now.